Welcome back to Building Together. We are really excited today to bring our first review of 2022. Autumn, which set are we reviewing?
The Friends Modular.
That's right. We are reviewing the LEGO Friends Main Street building. It's set number 41704. And this is, I don't know, maybe one of the largest, if not the largest, Friends set that LEGO has ever made. It is almost 1,700 pieces. It comes with 3 buildings and a bunch of minifigs. And so I'm excited to walk through what I think is a pretty cool set. You ready?
Ready.
All right, we are going to start off by talking about the minifigs. And in this set, we have a variety. Autumn, can you tell me about your favorite minifig? Do you have a favorite minifig?
I have 2.
2 favorites. Can you show me what those favorites are?
One is not a minifig, but I like the kitty.
Okay. All right, so that's your favorite. What's your next favorite?
Oops.
And who's that?
Maya.
And why do you like Maya so much?
She's one of those little minifigs.
So you like the cat, you like Maya, the little toddler, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Autumn has her favorites. I want to mention that there are 8 minifigs. Now I'm going to read these off. So we have Stephanie, we've got Harper, Savannah, Evelyn, Dottie, I think that's the grandmother.
Yeah.
Trevor, who's the barber. We've got Joshua, who drives the truck, and little Maya. Now, I think this is a great set for a couple reasons when it comes to the mini dolls. I'm not a big fan of mini dolls. That's why I don't buy a lot of Friends sets. I also don't buy a lot of Disney sets. But these are cool because they come with some really great hair pieces, and they also come with some great helmets. So they've got a couple of extra in there for the mini dolls. So that is really helpful if you are building a collection of everyday city minifigs. So I really like that about the 8 minifigs. I would say my favorite one is Savannah. I think her hairpiece is really cool with the hat. And we don't have her walking stick here, but she's blind and she has her guide dog with her, which I think is really cool. And I think it's just a really nice looking mini doll. So that one I think impressed me the most. But all of them I think are a pretty good addition to your Friends collection if you have one. And if you don't have one, it's a great starting point for your Friends collection. What do you think?
I'm not starting a Friends collection. You are.
Yeah, that is true. It's my first Friends set. So next we're going to move on to the buildings. Now this set comes with 3 different buildings. Now I want to mention that it also comes with 10 instruction manuals. That's a lot of instruction books, isn't it?
10?
10 instruction booklets. The package was like warped because they're all different sizes, which I thought was kind of weird. I also thought it was a bit excessive, thinking about all of the different instruction manuals. It made sense the way that LEGO did it in terms of how they split up the builds, but I think they could have combined some of the instruction manuals. I will also add that it's nice to have multiple manuals because you can build together a lot easier. So somebody could take one instruction booklet, maybe you could take one, and Kiara take one, and Mommy could take one, and I could take one, and we'd all be good. As opposed to, say, the boutique hotel modular building, which only comes with one instruction booklet, or Home Alone, which only comes with one instruction booklet. So this was easier. I know, right? That big
Home
set.
Alone should have 2.
You would think. But this one, I think, is much easier to build together. Now, we're going to start off by talking about this building right here. Autumn, this is a corner building, and I know you kind of like this one a little bit, don't you? Kind of? Okay, what do you think about this? What do you like about it? Maybe what, and also what you don't like.
I like the chicken coop.
There's a chicken coop. Where?
Right here.
Yeah?
It comes with an egg and a chicken.
Sounds like pretty important stuff for a chicken coop. What else?
And grass.
And some grass. So it's a little rooftop garden. What else do you like about this building?
The shop.
What about it?
Those eggs. There's honey. And then I like these little shop stands. There's one right there and one right over there. I also don't know why there's a construction cone right here.
Always good to have construction cones in your city. In Ohio, we have, winter and construction season. So now that we're in winter, in a couple months, we'll see some of those cones pop out. We've got to have some ready for our own Lego Friends city, right? Anything else you want to share about this first building here?
It has a really cool apartment right here. I like that area. It has bamboo.
Yeah, it does in the corner. And I will say this is, I think, the one building that jumps out to me as being particularly creative. I like the other buildings. We'll talk about more of those in more detail. But the corner building is very, very difficult to pull off well. And I think the Lego designers did a fantastic job with this. Now, how they pulled it off is by using these rounded windows right here that first came out in 2021. We don't have a lot of those in our collection. In fact, I think the first time we got some was in the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets set, which we've built and reviewed. If you want to check those out, you can. But they pull it off with this. They also have some nice rounded pieces up here to pull off the corner effect, and that allows them to have a corner door at the front of their shop. And that, again, I think is really a fun way to make a build, and I think they execute that pretty well. On the exterior, you also get some really cool awnings. They've made some corner rounded piece like here that you can see at the front and side here on both.
I have two.
And you have some of those?
I have two mint ones.
Oh, that's right, the mint ones. Mint's a delicious color, don't you think?
I also have a mint snot brick.
Well, yes, you're rubbing that in my face. You seem to like doing that. But these awnings are, I think, very effectively pulled off. And the second floor, I think, is also very well done. They use purple architectural details that, even though I don't use a lot of purple in my building, but they do have that, which I think effectively shows some different perspective on the second floor. And they do a great job at the roof. One of the characteristics of modular buildings, if you go back all the way to 2007 with the cafe corner, is the way they use the first and second floor to have some variations, and then the roof is always something a little bit different and creative. And they've done that here. They do a fantastic job using some snot bricks to put that together, and I think the effect is pretty nice. Now, you really like the rooftop, don't you? Because it's got the chicken coop. What else does it have?
A watering can.
Yeah.
To water you.
To water my hair, because were you saying I'm losing my hair?
No.
I am. Maybe if you water my hair, it'll grow back?
No, it will.
Probably not. That's not how it works. I will say I really like the watering can, but the handle does not stay on very well.
Doesn't?
No, it doesn't. That's one of the drawbacks of it. Otherwise, it's very, very nice with the umbrella, the teacup, the teapot. So it's a very well done corner building. But that's not it. So this might be the one that I think jumped out to me when I first saw this. But Autumn, there are two more buildings, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
What do we have in this middle building right here?
Yellow, pink, and blue. There's an apartment, and a hair salon.
Yeah, the hair salon. I think it's really cool that they have that in the apartment. I think it looks pretty good. What's your favorite part of this building here?
The pink.
The pink, why?
Because it has kitty food and water, so the kitty lives there.
So does the dog. There's a dog that lives there too.
No?
Yeah,
There's
look,
not.
they got dog food.
No, that's cat food.
That's cat food?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's also dog food that's the same as that, but they'd have to have two.
So one of the things I like about this is the furniture. They've got a nice chair. It's a unique design and a way to build it that I've not really seen before from a Lego set. I also like the way that they did the bed. It's not all that creative, but it's effective. They've got a nice lamp, a standing desk, and some nice flowers, which I think is cool. They also have doors to each of the balconies. Now, I will say it's a little bit hard to open up the door on the third floor because of the chair. So you'd have to move the chair out of the way to open the door up the entire way. So that's maybe a little bit of a reality of working with a small footprint. Each of the second and third floors has a balcony, which I think is kind of cool. Do you like the balcony?
Mm-hmm. Also, why is there a teddy bear in there? The teddy bear is supposed to be right here.
Well, next time you can set up the set.
Good.
Okay. One of the nice things about this is the way that they, I think, make a pretty nice transition from one floor to the next. The dimensions of these two buildings are different from the corner building, which means that you can kind of mix and match some of these as you want. And the way that they put it together allows you to do that pretty seamlessly, and you don't have a very awkward looking color scheme. So that's one thing I liked about it. Now we have this building right here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like this one?
Yes.
Yes.
It has a sub.
It does have a sub sandwich.
And a croissant, but croissants are boring. It also has cupcake.
It does.
And it has this thing. Bob, how are you supposed to move this?
So on the back of this building, you have a lift that allows Harper, who is in a wheelchair, to move from one floor to the next. And none of the other buildings have have an elevator or stairs, but each of them does have the ability to connect to the lift. So it makes it accessible for Harper. And it's actually a pretty effective lift in that you can get it to stay on each floor level if you want it to. And I think it works pretty effective. There's not a whole lot of pieces to it. So also in this building, we have a little cafe bookstore, huh?
Mm-hmm. Kiara only likes the books. I like the food.
You like the food, she likes the books. Wow. That's very, very difficult of the two of you. Autumn loves food. She loves to talk about food. And you ask her how her day was, she'll talk about food. Kiara will talk about books. On the second floor, what do we have going on here? We got
a bathroom.
We've got bathrooms. So the only bathroom in this set is in this building on this floor right here. And it's got some tile. It's got a shower with no walls, or one wall, a sink, and a little tile.
Oh, tile.
Yeah, some tiling in the shower and off to the side there. It's not completely tiled, so that's maybe one drawback. All they needed were 9 more pieces. I get that they're trying to, stay within the budget of the set, but that's kind of interesting that they would only have part of the floor tiled, almost all of it, really. And we have a bed, which I think they do a nice job with. And
then a dog leaping off the pillow.
Yeah.
This lady's dog. Well, she also has a chicken.
So who lives on the top floor?
Maya.
Maya. Your favorite character?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does she have in her room?
A person who doesn't belong there.
You just pushed her over the Oh, man. Good thing we got Kiara at the Friends Hospital a few years ago. It looks like she's gonna need she's gonna need some of that ambulance assistance there, huh?
There is no ambulance.
We have the ambulance. Yeah, but with Kiara's Friends Hospital, it all fits together here.
What?
Okay. So we've got some stuff in Maya's room. Tell us more.
It has a bed with clouds on it. It has a teddy bear. And then there's a little playhouse with a car. So she can ride on the car.
She could. It's a nice floor. And I really like on this building how they've got the sliding doors on both floors. You can see that. Yeah. See, look at that. It just
I saw on the things. Also on here.
Yeah. So that's effective. And again, it's a simplistic transition from one floor to the next, but it's, again, well done. And the buildings are different. So as we put the buildings together, I think we can see that there's some nice things to it and then some not so nice things, right? So one thing that I really like about it is really the size of these two buildings are the same. They, again, work pretty well together. They've got solar panels. They've got a little rooftop garden up here. And
that's not a rooftop garden.
There's plants.
It's just, we have moss on our roof, so they also have plants on their roof.
Yeah.
It's not a garden.
So they got some greenery on the top floor, and they do a good job of tiling the front sidewalk in a way that makes it look, I think, pretty nice, right?
Mhm.
And they've got a stand out here for someone to sit down and have a cupcake or a cookie or a sub sandwich or something like that and read.
Or
Or
eat smoothies.
or eat smoothie. They do have a smoothie machine or some drinks like that. But this is where we start getting into some of the flaws of the design. One of the nice things about modulars is that you can combine them. But if you take a look at this, if I pull this back, you'll notice that the skateboarding ramp doesn't connect, and it misaligns the rest of the set. Each of these buildings is put on a 16 by 16 plate, and this building, because the footprint is different, is 12 studs wide, and it's a square. These are 8 studs deep, 16 wide. And so that messes up the alignment. So one of the drawbacks of this is if you were to try to align the backs of these buildings, you would actually get something like this, which doesn't quite look right. Well, there's a big gap right here. Yeah. Grandma doesn't have a wall. Nor does the store. So that's one of the, I think, flaws of that. And also, you'll notice that as it comes to the lamp posts, as I put this back together, the lamp posts are also a little bit different when you go from here to here. And again, that lack of uniformity, I think, affects your ability to put together a modular system. You have to make some exceptions for this corner building. So it's a great building. I think it looks great standalone, but one of the drawbacks putting them together is the way that they've set up the footprint for that building. Now I understand why they did it. They wanted a 12 by 12 square for the corner, but maybe have some way to connect 4 extra studs for the sidewalk to kind of make everything a little bit more harmonious. I will also say that the strength of this set is the modularity with friends, but I think one of the weaknesses is that it's a very small footprint. 16 wide, I don't have a problem with that, but it's 8 studs deep for these 2 buildings, which limits your ability to do things on the inside and makes things a little bit cramped. I know that there were times when I was building as an adult, and I know this is a 8+ set, so this is perfect for you, huh? Yeah, you're 10 years old. 8 years old. So it fits in pretty well with her, but my hands, I think, had a little bit of hard time putting some of the finer details in there. Despite that drawback, though, this is a fantastic set in its design. I think it's very well done in terms of the execution. And finally, I will mention, as somebody who loves really cool pieces, this set has a ton of cool pieces, doesn't it?
But it's not all yours.
I know. We're going to do a video shortly where we do a draft where we each get to pick a building. And I honestly don't know which one I'm going to pick, but that's for a future video. That's a little bit of a teaser.
I don't even know what I'm going to pick.
I know, they're good. And they're good because they have a lot of details to them. They're well thought out. They all have unique features. And as I was building this, I was impressed by some of the techniques. Like I said, you've got the sliding doors over here. You've got some of the interior design details with the furniture. You've got the architectural detail on this building here with the curved windows and the nice little detail pieces that are in purple over here, the awnings.
And they have 2 doors.
Yeah, they have double doors here, which I've never seen before in Lego. There you go. And that was a really cool piece. They have some of these large windows here that I really like that I've not seen before, and I think would be great in a modular set or something like that, like an official Lego City modular. There's so many good things to it that is gonna make it tough for me to decide which one I would want to keep.
I want all of them. I like this one because it has I like both rooms. I like the apartments there, and I like that and that and that. So I want all 3 of them. But I can only have one in Kiara. I can have one, which means me and Kiara get 2 anyway.
And again, the details really sell this building. This first floor building right here for the corner, I mean, it's got ice cream and sushi. It's got cereal. On the second floor, the apartment has a nice little TV. It's got chopsticks. I've never seen Lego chopsticks before. It really does have a lot of really cool elements to it. That's right. Is that one of your favorite pieces?
No,
What's your favorite piece on this?
I have two.
Two. Okay, what's your first one?
Chopsticks
Chopsticks.
and yellow windows.
Oh yeah, those windows are these ones right here or these ones over here?
Yellow
Well,
windows.
this is window. This is the yellow right here.
Like actually yellow, like the
Oh.
actual window part yellow.
Okay. Yeah, so we have a lot of favorite pieces. We have a lot to think about before we do that draft. The set also comes with so many 2x4 tiles, huh? Because you got the yellow ones here, you got the pink ones there.
We have a yellow
There's
one.
2x4 jumper plates. I know you have like one, but this comes with what, 3, 4, 5, 9, 13? I mean, that's pretty cool. Now we are going to give this set our rating. Autumn, do you want to go first or second?
First, I
Okay.
figured out when I'm doing it.
And it's a floppy. You gave it a 10?
Yeah.
Is this your first ever 10?
No.
What else have you given a 10 to?
I gave 9 to the avocado.
So there's nothing you would change about this set, huh? Wow. I tell you what, Autumn has been just in love with this set ever since we got it. She's been playing with it, and it even inspired us to build some custom Friends modulars, which we are going to talk about in another video, so check that out. But now it's time for my rating. I'm going to give this one 9.
Unfair.
Yeah.
I'm already being criticized for my rating of a 9. It's a fantastic set, a lot of great pieces. Here's why I give it a 9. I give it a 9 for 2 reasons. And the first is the dimensions of this this corner building as it relates to these other buildings. Again, it throws off the modularity of it. I think it's a fair critique. And for a system that is so well thought out as somebody who's used to the other modulars, I like that ability to be able to connect and mix and match however I want to, and I can't do that with this. The second reason, and this is just a little bit of my bias coming in from building with Castle and other city stuff, when I think of these buildings and if I were to put them into my collection, I don't know how I'd use some of the colors. Like, I could use purple, but I don't know. I wish they were maybe slightly different colors. And so the color scheme isn't my favorite. I know that that's being maybe a little bit biased, but that's just a little bit for me. I know. But the pieces are great, and it's probably by far my favorite Friends set that I've ever seen or watched the kids build or built myself. And with that, I'm having, is that a cat?
Uh-huh.
Eating my ear?
Yes.
Okay. Well, as I talk to this one about proper etiquette,
No, you did not.
I think we always need to remember to do what? What do we need to remember? Keep building together. All right. Ah.